y'all, and welcome to today's video. I'm going to be taking 3 indie palettes and creating 3 eye looks, 3 tutorials. We're just going to play with eyeshadow today. I felt like creating. I have some looks to share, so let's jump into it. Y'all, if you have been at my channel for a while, you know that I love testing new makeup, trying new makeup. I have done videos on all of these palettes that we're gonna use today, but I want to play with them some more. I'm still in the process of reviewing them, so I thought I would just film my looks for y'all, share some extra inspiration. If you have these palettes or maybe you want to shop your stash, we're just going to create looks today. Again, I do have dedicated videos on all 3 of these palettes. If you want to watch the video to see close-ups, swatches, more about the palettes, today it's just going to be focused on like creating looks with the palettes. So we're going to be using Glaminatrix Into the Night for one of the looks. So pretty. We're gonna use the GlamLite Rick and Morty palette again. I had so much fun playing with this palette. Definitely check out my video on the full collection if you're interested in this one. And then I want to use my Full Fantasy Lunar Beauty Laura Lee palette again. I have hair sticking to my face, so we're gonna use this one too. I thought it would be fun to pull in a more neutral palette next to these bright palettes. I will link the videos on these palettes down below in case you want to watch them. Today I'm just gonna create some more looks for y'all. I hope that you enjoy. Let me know, do you want to see more videos like this where I go back and kind of show you more looks with palettes that I'm reviewing? I would love to hear from you. But I'm ready to put some makeup on. I am going to zoom y'all in. I'm going to put down eyeshadow primer, and the first look is going to be with this one, the Full Fantasy Lunar Beauty Laura Lee LA palette. Okay, so my eyes are primed with my Sigma eyeshadow primer. I will link everything that I talk about today in the description box, so definitely check there if you're curious. But I want to create a neutral look with this. The first look that I did where I was testing this palette and trying this palette, the one that I showed y'all in the video, I used a lot of these tones over here. So I thought today it would be fun to maybe dip into some of these neutral shades. So I'm going to start off with a neutral shimmer. Actually, I kind of want to go in with this shade right here. This shade is called Girlies. Okay, so I'm gonna put this right here, kind of in the socket on this inner part of my eye, and then down to my lid. So all this area, I want to have that Girlies shade. This is really sparkly. I am into that. That's beautiful. I've not used this shade on the eyes yet. I'm also going to take this shade and go ahead and pop it on the inner corner. That way we really carry this all through around like this. Okay, next up we're going to go in with a matte. I want to use this shade right next to the one we started with, Not My Vibe. And for today's look, I'm just using brushes from my Sigma Favorites set. I'm going to pop this matte shade right out here, kind of where we stopped that sparkly girly shade, bringing it out and then down to the lash line in this outer portion. And I'm just going to buff and blend that around like this. Okay, right here in the kind of center of the lid, I want to go in with this shade right here, Fool's Gold. This looks so beautiful on the eye, so I really wanted to show y'all in a look that I do in this video how pretty this is. I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to spray my brush a little bit with makeup setting spray, mist, whatever you like is just fine. And we're just going to pop it like right in here. Okay, so I'm just going to press that right there. That is so beautiful, isn't it? I really like that shade. It's just intense, which I think is really beautiful. So I'm just going to tap it like that. Not not letting this shade get out of control, just keeping it right in that area. Okay, now I want to smudge this shade right here, What's Going On. I want to put this just on the lower lash line, and I think that's where we're gonna leave the look. I want to just do a little liner and mascara, maybe like a half lash or something, but I wanted to keep this look very neutral but still kind of sparkly and pretty. And I think I'm happy with this look. I think this is really pretty. I've been enjoying this palette a lot. Okay, y'all, here is the finished look. I just put on some Melt Leo lashes. In my waterline, I put on NYX Epic Wear Liner Stick in All Time Olive. For blush, I'm testing this new liquid blush, or new to me. This is the P.Louise, The Cheek of It, a flirty flush of color liquid blush in the shade Bourbon Baby. And then I went on top with blush and highlight from the Full Fantasy Blush palette. Loving this as well. My lips are Lunar Beauty lip liner and Snack and lipstick in Mystic. So that is this look. Since we did a more colorful look when I showed y'all my first impression with this palette, I thought it would be fun to do something kind of light and neutral, but I do want to show you my look with the Glaminatrix palette and the GlamLite palette, so let's jump into it. Okay, y'all, for this look, we're going to play with the Into the Night palette from Glaminatrix. I want to create something kind of muted. I want to play with these more like earthy tones over here. The look that I did here on my channel when I used this palette, swatched it out, was very bright, and I loved that look, but I want to go with a more toned down look today. So I'm going to put down my MAC primer, and then we are going to go in with Play Hard, this kind of taupey shade right here. Okay, I've got my 206 from BK Beauty, and I'm just pressing this shade kind of all right here in the socket, up and above too. I'm gonna bring it up above my socket, right out here, to kind of open up my deep set eyes, but I'm just buffing back and forth with this shade. Okay, the next shades we're going to use are this really pretty olive green color called Cocktail, and then we're going to use the navy called Nightlife. Okay, I'm going to take a Nightlife, and it's going to go in the outer corner, and then I'm going to take Cocktails, and it's going to go right here on the inner corner. So we're going to have a matte in the kind of socket, and then a matte on the inner part of our lid, the outer part of the lid, and then we're also going to take this beautiful navy shade, and I'm gonna run it under my lower lash line as well, just to give us a little definition. I'm gonna pick up a little more on my brush and make that nice and pigmented. Okay, all the brushes I've used so far are BK Beauty. Now I'm going in with my 203. And what I want to do is right here on this kind of blank space in between the green and the navy matte, I want to use the shade Bustling. I think this looks, whoops, so beautiful, this duochrome. And on the inner corner, I'm going to use Happy Hour. But I'm going to pick up Bustling on my brush, and I am going to spray my brush with a little bit of setting spray. Okay, so I'm going to put this shade right there in the center. I'm not going to take it up too high. Again, I want this look to have some color, but I don't want it to be too intense. You can see I didn't even make the navy too intense out here. I just want to keep this look colorful, but also a little bit softer. So I'm just going to press that on like this. And then once I press it, I'm going to kind of lightly blend like this. And then we will pop on that inner corner shade. Okay, so I'm using Happy Hour right here, and I'm just picking it up on my brush, and then I'm not going to spray my brush with setting spray or anything like that. because I don't want to add any intensity to the shade. Again, so that we can keep this look kind of soft. I'm going to go back to that first blending brush and just see if I need to do any more blending, but this is going to be the look. I do want to put on some eyeliner and some mascara, but this is the finished look. I've got to finish up this eye, of course, but I like this. We have some color, we have some beautiful sparkle, but overall very soft. Alright y'all, here is the finished look. I went on with just some mascara, and then in the lower waterline I put my Milk eyeliner. It's the blue shade Time. I like this look. I think it's soft but still colorful with some sparkle. I did go in with blush. I'm using Stella from Adept for blush and highlight today. And then my lip color is ColourPop Dopey Lippie pencil and ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in Sugar Cookie. So that is how I finished off this look. I'm into it. Soft, but still colorful. But of course, we do have more looks to do. So I'll link everything in the description box. The blush, highlight, lip, that type of stuff, I will put it in the description box. So definitely check there if you're curious. But let's move on. Alright, for this look, we're going to play with the GlamLite Rick and Morty palette. I am going to put on some eyeshadow primer, but I really want to play with these peachy orange tones down here in this corner. So these are the two shades that we're going to start with. Okay, so I've got that peachy shade on one of my Sigma brushes from my favorite set, and I'm just going to pack this kind of all in the center part of my eyelid. Like right here is my socket, and I'm going to bring this up and down and just kind of blend this back and forth. Okay, now I'm gonna take that true orange shade and put this on the lower lash line. I really like how vibrant that first shade that we used is. Like, that looks so pretty. And I think the orange down here on the lower lash line is going to go really well with this. Okay, now I want to add in some purple. We're going to go in with this matte purple shade on this top row. And we're going to use this a little bit in the outer corner. Alright, I'm just going to tap this right here in the outer corner. I don't want this to like take over. I'm not going to take it up super high. I want to keep it kind of low and just have like this kind of hint of purple right out here on the lower lash line. If you want it to be more dramatic, you could go in with the like darker purple shade that was right under this one. But I just want that little bit of purple right out here. Okay, for the lid, I want to go in with this really pretty kind of like pinky purple shade right here, this metallic wet looking shadow. I am going to put down a little bit of my Shimmer Stay primer on the lid just to make this super, super, super intense, and then we'll pack this shade all on the lid, just not covering up this matte that we have in the outer corner. Okay, so first I'm going to press this shadow on top of that primer that I put down, and then once I have it all tapped over off my brush, then I'm going to go through and lightly blend to make sure I get in all my wrinkles and crinkles. I think this pinky purple shade is going to be so beautiful next to these kind of like peachy pink, purple, orange mattes that we used. Okay, I like how soft this is looking, especially since in the video I did with this palette, I did like a dark, dramatic look. So I kind of like seeing this softer side of the palette, but still colorful. I want to highlight with this kind of baby blue shimmer, silvery, purpley shade right here. It has like, let me see, can you see? It has some different reflect to it, but really pretty, like cool toned silvery blue. And I'm not going to spray my brush. I'm just going to pop this right here on the inner corner. I'm going to finish up the other eye. I'm going to see if I need to do any blending. And then we will do mascara. And I will be back to show you the finished look once I do lips and all of that. All right, y'all, here is my finished look. I like how like light and bright and colorful this look is. I feel like that pinky purpley shimmer on the lid is really just making this look super fun, really kind of summery. I am into it. I did go in with a bright orange liner on the waterline to kind of complement that orange shadow. This is Martine Cosmetics Crayon Khol in orange. And for highlighter, I'm using the highlighter trio from the Rick and Morty collab with GlamLite. I'm also wearing the lip pencil and holographic lip gloss from that collection. I will put everything in the description box for y'all. It will all be linked there. I'm also wearing the, what is this? I'm trying to flip it so I can see. Honor and Obey blush from the Chucky collection from GlamLite. So that is how I finished off this look. I really like this. I'm excited to wear this for the rest of the day. Yeah, I like this look, but we do have more to do, so, or more to talk about, or you know what I mean. So here is my pinky orangey, purpley, peachy look using the GlamLite Rick and Morty collab. Alright, y'all, thank you so much for watching. I would really like to know, do you like this style of video where I'm taking palettes and just putting them all in one video, giving you multiple looks? I would love to know, because I had fun creating with this. Normally after I test a palette, I use it a lot more. I create more looks, but I don't always like film them. So let me know, do you like this style of video? My friend Angelica Nyqvist kind of inspired this idea because she's done this a couple of times with brand new indie palettes, putting them all in one video. So I was like, maybe I could try that with palettes that I've already done a video with, show you some more looks, play with them some more. So let me know if you like this style video. I had fun with the Rick and Morty palette, the Full Fantasy palette, and the Into the Night palette. I will definitely be putting these in like a speed review video soon so I can give you my full thoughts on them, but I had fun with this. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe if you have not subscribed already. Check the description box if you have questions about any products, affiliate codes, discount codes, anything like that. It will all be in the description box. I hope you're having an amazing day. I have lots more videos coming this week, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out, and I will see you then. Bye!